One of the best things about going to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings is you get to observe alcoholism at its finest, right? It's a great way to learn about alcoholism. And let me tell you, this is really all for the experience. I hope I'm in a good spot. It looks like I'm in the sun. It's all for the experience. So I thought I would tell you what I mean by that. Yesterday I did a video, a little vlog, and I posted it on here. And I was explaining alcoholism, and someone got offended, and I understand that. And I want to just say that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, Alcoholics Anonymous is not the only game in town. People get sober at church. People get sober a lot of other ways. Some people aren't alcoholics. They're heavy drinkers, and they're able to stop on their own. Some people have coexisting disorders, right? So they have mental illness, they have alcoholism. Some people have mental illness that they've tried to treat with alcohol. Some people just have alcoholism. There's a lot of different people in the world. However, Alcoholics Anonymous is a fantastic way to treat your alcoholism. It's not for everybody. But I do these videos for those people that might be interested. And so I do them on an Alcoholics Anonymous page where most people are pretty open to Alcoholics Anonymous, right? But that doesn't mean that you're going to like what I say either. Some people aren't as bad as me. There's different degrees of this disease. And I am more like an alcoholic out of the book. Like, I go to 2 meetings a day. Not everyone needs to do that. Some people go to a few meetings a week. Everybody's different. Maybe one of the reasons I have to work so hard is because I had long-term sobriety, and then I came back. I finally made it back, but it was very difficult. So I have to do more than the average person. Maybe that's it. So I don't want anyone to be offended. So there's a saying in AA. This is what I want you to learn from what happened yesterday and today. Take what you want and leave the rest. When you go to AA and you go to a meeting, you're not going to like what everybody says. And it's not all going to resonate. Take the stuff that resonates and leave the rest. But you don't want to be getting in the way of someone else hearing an answer. Like, I'll give you an example. I went to a meeting and this guy was sharing. His name was Floyd. He goes to our room. He's passed away now of natural causes, died sober. And he was like a staple in our room. But he was a crotchety old son of a bitch. He was a rodeo clown back in the day, and he was, he opened our club room and closed our club room, and I really appreciated him. I appreciate, of course, now he's not here, it seems obvious, but at the time, he bothered me. His shares bothered me. He talked about shit that I thought was ridiculous. He just, and every time he made something new up, his stories changed every time, So I was really critical, and I was new, and I remember one time he shared too long. He was going on and on and on and on, and his story was changing from the last time he told it, and I was like, oh, good Lord, can we just cut this guy off? And I was rolling my eyes and breathing heavy and sighing, and then it passed, and like a few people down the road, next few shares, I just love what Floyd said, some new people. I really related to what he said. I really like that. I've never heard that before. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. And I was like, oh my God, it's a good thing I didn't cut him off, right? So I don't want to be the reason someone doesn't get a message. So if I hear something I don't like, I let it go. I take what I want and leave the rest. And I try not to judge. Everyone's in a different place. So you can do that. You can practice that on social media. If you're scrolling along and you see something, like let's say my vlog, and it doesn't resonate with you, you can just keep going. You don't have to make a negative comment. You can. People do it all the time. I'm fine with it. But what happens is other people jump in there, right? So yesterday someone jumped in there who really has I think a really solid program, because I knew exactly what she meant. Somebody said, well, then why are you on an AA page, right, if you don't like this? And the woman said, quite, and she's right. Well, she's trying to block other people from getting a message, kind of what I just said, and she's trying to find her way out of the room, which is true. I gotta tell you, your mind, your thinking, I did that vlog yesterday about your thinking and how you rationalize and justify. You will think yourself right out of the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. You will make someone else the problem. Your mind, I'm telling you, the last time I relapsed, it was over the size of the coffee cups in the club room. Not a big deal, but it is if you're trying to get out. But you don't know you're trying to get out. You will set up resentments with people months in advance so that you have a reason to leave. That's what that woman meant. She wasn't trying to be mean. She just said it very directly. And I'm a very direct person. So I appreciated what she said. Other people might not and think it was really cruel. Like, how could you say that? Well, my guess is the woman that said it is probably like me and has dealt with so many people and helped so many alcoholics, and we've seen so many people die. We just don't sugarcoat things anymore. And it comes out very harsh, but you know what? It might be the thing that saves someone's life. So, you get to see this stuff and you get to watch it. Don't get in there, right? So I made a couple comments back, but then I stopped because there's no change in someone's mind. If someone hates what I'm saying, I'll try to briefly explain why I said it, and then that's it, right? People are, not everyone's going to be happy. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is not to defend what I said. It's because you have to learn this lesson to stay in Alcoholics Anonymous. There's one thing about getting sober, and the other thing is how to stay sober. How do you keep your seat in AA? First thing, you got to realize that everyone that comes to AA is sick. Even me. Sick people trying to get well. Okay? So it's like going to a mental institution and expecting people to be sane. They're sick. That's why they're there, right? That's why we're in AA. So lower your expectations, right? No one's getting paid for this. Everyone's doing this for free. We're all trying to be helpful. If you don't like something, move on. Keep your serenity. Do not pick. That's alcoholism. That is you either trying to get out, be different, right? If you don't want to accept that you have a disease of alcoholism, that it's a mental illness, who cares? I don't care. I'm telling you the information that I was given that helped me. It's helping someone. I know it is, or I wouldn't keep doing it. There are people like me. Not everyone's like me, but there is a cross-section of women out there that don't know what the fuck is wrong with them and why do they keep drinking. That's why I'm doing this. If you're not one of those women, mazel tov. If you can go to one meeting a week, not help anybody, and go to church and be fine, I love you. It's okay. There's women like that need help, and you're going to be able to help them, right? So this is a broad highway, Alcoholics Anonymous, and we're all going in the same direction. We can't turn on each other. We can't afford it. We're going to die if we turn on each other. Leave each other alone, right? Watch the show. Don't be the show. It's time to learn how to live and let live. That's what that little saying on the wall of your AA room means. Live and let live. Keep scrolling. Not everything needs your comment and input. If you don't like it, take a lock, okay? It's not going to hurt you. It might help someone else. It might just be like Floyd's share. Floyd helped a lot of people, and I hated what he said. I didn't relate at all. This guy was like, he drove me crazy. And there's Floyds in every room across the world. Every AA room has a Karen. Every AA room has a Floyd. I figured that out. You can leave meetings and get pissed off, or you can learn to stay. I don't even like that thing where they say, if you've got a resentment, get a coffee pot and go to another meeting. How about, if you got a resentment with your club room, why don't you learn how to stay and help? How about you get a little acceptance and forgiveness and learn what Alcoholics Anonymous is really about, right? This is great learning stuff, and this will carry on in your family. It will carry on at work. This is about changing, a design for living that really works. It's not about the drinking. It's about the experience. You are experiencing Alcoholics Anonymous, alcoholism at its finest when you are on this website or any other AA website. You get to watch alcoholism in play. It's a good thing. Just watch the show. Don't be the show. Have a great day. Bye.